Heavenly Father, we welcome your presence. I look around at this beautiful family and friends, and I marvel at how there's no doubt in my mind that Ryan has spoken into every heart here. And so I ask the Lord to speak into hearts today, whether it be comfort, hope, love, joy, as we celebrate a beautiful life, a beautiful young father, son, brother, and friend to all. We ask of this, Lord Jesus, in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. I'm going to get Jeff Hicks to come up here first. He was going to go last, but he has like a hockey game to coach or something. Yeah, it's hockey finals week in Edmonton, so Jeff's going to come up and announce something very, very special. This news came out like within 48 hours, and I get emotional every time I talk about it or share about it. It's very, very special. It means the world to our family and to Ryan. And Jeff's gonna share with you. And you have to talk like into the mic, like this close, yeah.
Okay. You want me to say the whole speech, I think?
You do you, yeah.
It's beautiful. Sounds good. Yeah. Last time I did this, I didn't make it, so I'm gonna look down the whole time. I was asked to do a speech for Ryan at the Color Guard show, and I tried everything I could to get out of it. I phoned Matt. I'm like, Matt, you got to do this. I can't do it. Matt's out of town. I talked to anybody I could possibly think of, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I didn't know what to write. Guys, I didn't want to make it about me and Ryan. I wanted to make it just about Ryan. So anyway, this is what I wrote, and hopefully I make it. I was on a tour bus last night, in which I have not been in a very long time, and I was not really looking forward to a 6-hour bus ride with a 20-person U15 female A hockey team. But I was up for the challenge. I hopped on the bus, said hello to the team, and we headed out. It was a challenging day, so I didn't really want to talk so much, so I grabbed a seat at the front of the bus, buried myself in my winter jacket, and about half an hour into the trip, I began to notice that the bus was eerily quiet. No shenanigans going on, which I did not expect. After the game, it was back on the bus again. As soon as the bus left the parking lot, there was laughter, singing, shouting, dancing. Everything in between had started at the back of the bus. Everything. People even pooping in the back of the bus too, which we all know that's a no-no. Yeah, don't poop on the bus. I tried to explain that to them, but it didn't work out. A flood of memories came over me, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna make it. I thought to myself, maybe someone here has found it. I really, really hoped someone on that bus has found it. The 3-hour bus ride home continued the same as I left, with laughter, singing, dancing, shouting, hugging, and everything in between. The bus ride home for me was a flood of emotions and memories that made me smile and also made me leave a tear on my seat. I was hoping that one person on the bus had found that person. The person they could talk to no matter what. The person that will be there to hold them up when they are falling and can't find a way out. The person who they cannot talk to for months, and when they see them, it's like it was yesterday. The person who can make them laugh anytime, anywhere. The person who changes the course of their life. The person who would send you videos of them dancing in some random park. The person who would send you pictures of food, mostly chicken wings all the time. The person who would send you pictures of them posing with their car, even though it was a Honda Civic or Volkswagen. The person who would send you a video of them reenacting the scene from Titanic on the bow, except he was the only one. That's the strangest thing. The person who would only call you on video chat, and that was it. The person who makes you a better person. Me and so many others have found that person, and his name was Ryan Hirsch. Ryan had marched with the Edmonton Strutters Drum and Bugle Corps out of Edmonton and with the Blue Knights out of Denver, Colorado. You could not have been in the marching scene in Edmonton and not know Ryan Hirsch. Everybody knew Ryan Hirsch. Ryan was born November 25th, 1978, and passed away Saturday, February 8th, 2025, from a congestive heart failure. Everybody knows his passing was without pain, suffering, and knowing. Ryan was the most amazing son, brother, cousin, uncle, father, and friend anyone could ask for. A couple words from Ryan's friends was, "The world lost one of its last remaining pure souls when Ryan left us all." Another friend, we get so caught up in our lives happening, we sometimes don't make that call out to a friend. Ryan always made those calls to everyone. He made a friend in everyone and truly worked at that friendship harder than anyone I've ever known. I couldn't swear at the guard thing, but fucking Ryan. Fucking Ryan. So I was like, fucking Ryan. That's the first thing, when I got the news, I probably didn't say anything for about 5 minutes, but the first thing that came out of my mouth was fucking Ryan. So I couldn't believe it. Sorry, me and technology sometimes aren't the best. What happened at that show was there was a scholarship awarded in Ryan's name, which I don't know if that's been done or if it's ever been done, but there is now a Ryan Hirsch Scholarship in the city of Edmonton. It's in the marching community. So in memory of Ryan Hirsch, we're honoring a cherished member known for his warmth, kindness, inclusivity, and deep passion for the marching community. The purpose of the Ryan Hirsch Scholarship is to celebrate Ryan's legacy by recognizing individuals who embody his positive spirit and contributions. The Edmonton participating organizations, it's going to be a joint effort by Edmonton Sabres, Northern Empire Performing Arts, and Color Guard Collective Edmonton, which is amazing to have the groups working together for this. That's not something that I don't think has ever happened in the past. Each organization will contribute $1,000 each, which will be deducted from a member's fees. The award presentation details, beginning next year, their award will be presented annually at the Edmonton competition. So nobody will ever forget Ryan. I don't think we will anyway. They didn't need an award for it, but the selection criteria, the award will honor those who demonstrate the qualities Ryan exemplified: friendliness, inclusivity, a positive attitude, and a passion for the marching arts. We miss you, Ryan.
So the fucking Ryan that's the realest thing, and it's the most endearing thing, because when Ryan was being Ryan, what else was there have to say? You'd all say, fucking Ryan. So there is a limited amount of fucking Ryan keychains made. He's giving you the double finger if you don't see. So if you want to trade one of these in, just come see me later, all right? Yeah, thanks, buddy. And the other thing we have going on for your participation is a sing-along with the Brass Tactics Band. You're gonna see words on the screen, so just, prepare your mind for this coming up. It'll be the last thing we do, okay? No, the hard part.
Is pressing it.
Hey?
The hard key is pressing it.
Yeah. Community clinics. I just first want to thank all the family and friends and colleagues and from traveling all over Canada to come and be here for us, be here for Ryan. Your presence helps comfort us, and your stories help to celebrate Ryan. I've been preparing this in my mind for weeks, and every time I would think about what I want to say, this would happen. So I was able to put it together all last night during the frickin' time change. 1 minute it was 1:55 and then it was 3:05. I'm like, oh my God. We're gathered here to celebrate the life and legacy of Ryan Hirsch. My name is Danny Hirsch, Ryan's brother, older brother, more handsome brother.
No, stop the cap. C-A-P.
Stop the cap.
Cap.
I'm here to share a few words about the man, the myth, and the legend. Not one single person can stand up here and cover everything Ryan did in his life. And that's why we have 9 different speakers. And even that's not enough. Ryan was born on November 25th, 1978 in Regina, Saskatchewan. 2 months premature, he was excited to come to this world, and he had his work cut out for him from the start. Ryan spent his early years in Lambton, Saskatchewan. And we all made the big move to Edmonton, Alberta when he was about 10 years old. And then all the credit goes to Mom and Ryan for introducing the Hirsch clan to the drum corps world. I tell the story the same way every time. Ryan was so friggin' gay for joining the marching band. So gay.
He is not gay. You're the gay one.
Until I heard that the marching band was going to California and Disneyland. All of a sudden, the marching band was cool. Ryan was still gay. The Strutters Drum and Bugle Corps became a 13-year passion for our family. The miles we traveled, the places we saw, and the performances in the biggest NFL stadiums gave us memories we would never have had otherwise. Having conquered the drum corps world and achieving its highest acclaim, Ryan auditioned and made it into the 2000 Blue Knights Drum and Bugle Corps from Denver, Colorado for his age-out year, placing at the time one of their highest spots ever with a 6th place finish at DCI finals. I was so proud of him. He was just, always the smallest and just nerdiest kid, and like to see him perform at the highest athleticism in the activity was amazing. The 2 songs being performed later were very special to that organization and to Ryan. You're going to hear them play Away, and then you'll hear them play, and we'll sing along to Can't Take My Eyes Off You. Trying to tell Ryan's story in chronological order is impossible because, well, he was all over the place all the time. Just this morning, Mom's like, are you going to go over all the jobs he had? I'm like, are you? No! No! Impossible. He was all over the place all the time. In the most Ryan way, he was always doing things his way, despite the 12 other qualified opinions with data to back it up. And always on Ryan time. Arrive when I feel like it, make a scene, let those who know him hear, and then leave early without a trace. Did Ryan leave? Not sure, probably. Despite his lack of logicalness, he always made it work out for himself over time. Just like myself, as I describe it, life is a beautiful mess. Ryan is one of a kind in every way. We love him more now than ever for that. The more I think about it, the more I'm gonna miss those very things that made him the most Ryan, the most random, the most annoying, and the most loving. He was so happy and carefree while simultaneously being the most grumpy. Not negative, just grumpy, if that makes sense. After venting, he would just carry on like it was nothing. Like, bro, you still mad? No, I'm good. You want to get donaires? As the saying goes, you think you know someone. Oh man, is this true for Ryan. The stories and adventures that have come from friends and family have really shown me that there was way more to Ryan than this simple, happy, but grumpy man. The common story that sticks out the most is Ryan quietly being there for anyone and everyone that he could be there for. A quiet cheerleader, never bragging about what he did or who he talked to. Just a quick call out of the blue to see how you're doing, letting you know it's okay, and if there's anything you need, he's there to help. Friends and family tell me he's the only reason, can't even see, he's the only reason that they know how everyone is doing and how big the kids are and what the newest accomplishment is and what he's proud of. He told them. He filled everyone in. Who has the nerve these days to call for no reason? But his reason was that he cared and you mattered. And there was no bigger reason needed than that for him. Ron and I were always close, but nothing brought us closer than when I had Madison and Dylan and he had Henry. 2 sons, brothers, and now fathers. He was the best uncle I've ever seen, always stopping by randomly, door opening, and the kids yelling, "Uncle Ryan!" Pure joy and happiness. A phrase we'll sadly never hear again. Ryan was so good with the kids, probably because he was always just a big kid himself, never taking life too seriously. To be honest, I thought that Uncle Ryan was it. I never saw him as a dad or thought of him as one. He was definitely last on my list of siblings to have kids next. He was always a solo gypsy, job, and house jumper, a true nomad. That was until he met Joy, Nika, and Henry. And then it all made sense. Here he was in an instant family. He loved it, and it showed. Him and Henry bonded fast. And in no time, he was dad. He loved it, and it showed. Him and Henry, in no time, he was dad. A great uncle, and an even better dad. I couldn't have been more proud of him, digging in some roots to be a dad here in Edmonton. We got to spend a lot of time together with our kids, just minutes apart and a phone call away. Memories I will hold and cherish forever, and so will the kids, and we'll carry on those traditions and trips. We were always there for each other to help with pickups, playdates, and adventures. Nothing can prepare you. I might need that. Nothing can prepare you for a video call from your mom saying he's gone. Your brother Ron's gone. I'm like, what do you mean he's gone? It can't be real. Ryan may have left too soon But the gift he gave us was time. Time to be more like him and live more like he did every single day. Time to video call for no reason. What you doing? Time to do random acts of kindness. Time to stop by uninvited. Time to be silly and play. Time to wash your car, grab a donaire, go for a drive with the tunes up, and find a sweet spot for a photo shoot. And share that shit on Facebook. All this time now we have. Thank you, Ryan. Until it's our turn to leave. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you for showing us how you lived. And thank you for giving us more time to live like you did. I love you, brother. Forever in our hearts and always on my mind. Thank you. Now can I just hug everybody individually and I'll be okay? So now it's Mitchell's and Jenna's turn to come up here and share what their brother meant to them. That was good. I know you guys didn't write anything.
We're waiting at line or one.
If you take too long, I'm kicking you
No,
out.
I only got it.
Hi.
So I'm Mitch, not Ryan. I may sound like him, look like him, but I'm definitely not him. I'm taller, yes, a little better looking too, I think, right? Right, we almost looked, we were so alike, people thought we were twins. And me and my buddy would go to Londonderry Mall and mess around. We'd always get kicked out. And Ryan would come home one day, Mitchell, did you get kicked out of the mall again? I'm like, no, what? Yeah, you did, because they thought I was you and kicked me out. Yeah. So, oh, I miss him. Right, I know, sorry, I'm really nervous. I miss him telling Henry, go bug your Uncle Mitch, go bug your Uncle Mitch. And he wouldn't stop until Ryan said, okay, stop, don't bug him no more. I'm gonna miss those days where he'd say, you want dinner? And I'm like, sure. And so I'd get dressed, because I nap after work, I'm old, right? So, but he would bring the plate in and it'd be all garnished up. And he'd come get it after, and he's such a great brother. I'm gonna miss the pointless arguments. There's nothing. Or at 10:30 on a Tuesday, Mitchell, fireball. I'm like, Ryan, it's 10:30, I gotta get up at 5. So what? Don't be a pussy. Fireball. So, in honor of Ryan, everybody grab your drinks, and this is the fucking Ryan. I'm shaking him. I don't do good in front of people. And they say to picture everybody naked, but I mean, come on, it's my family. It's not working.
I'm just glad they always put me with my brother. Like, it could never be an individual. Like, you should go with your brother.
They're besties anyways.
And it was really nice. Ryan he was always so sweet with me. These guys would beat me up. He'd make me follow him around because he couldn't do anything alone. My mom would say, take your sister. And Ryan was just sweet. Jenna, let's go for a drive. He knew how to just be so sweet. But then I'm just so glad that he touched all of your hearts. And I know he touched him as gently as he did in our everyday. And one thing we shared that's cute, that was really cute about Ryan, is we'd always scare the shit out of each other.
I get so mad, right? Ryan, stop that!
You'd like sneak around the house. I'm like, Ryan, I can hear you. I hear everything. I'm the youngest. And I scared the shit out of him so good. I felt bad. And I could feel Mitchell's heart and Mom's heart. They're just pounding. I'm like, oh fuck, what if I ever hurt them? I'm sorry. But I have a poem because I really just like listening to your stories. And yeah, I'm the sister. The only one. Okay, it's called Let Me Go. When I come to the end of the road and the sun is set for me, I want no rights in a gloom-filled room. Why cry for a soul set free? Miss me a little, but not for long, and not with your head bowed low. Remember the love I can't see. Yeah.
Do you need glasses? Are you getting that old or what?
The tears, they don't have. Okay. Miss me a little, but not for long, and not with your head bowed low. Remember the love that once we shared. Miss me, but let me go. For this is a journey we all must take, and each must go alone. It's all a part of the master plan, a step on the road to home. When you're lonely and sick at heart, go to the friends we know. Laugh at all the things we used to do. Miss me, but let me go. That's it. I love you guys. It's really nice to meet you.
One last thing. Ryan wouldn't be Ryan for one person in this room. One amazing, caring, loving, beautiful mother that still makes my lunches for me. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Ryan is Ryan because of Mom. A little Badinsky, yeah. Those are those vendors. We won it, didn't we?
Good job, you killed it. Because as the older brother, I'm like, fucking write it down, just block it out. Don't go up there and think you're gonna wing it, because you're gonna suck. Ryan would have won it, and you guys did great. So I asked Deborah Benning to come up. Do you want to hold it? Mike, you good?
Get it right side up here. Okay. Fucking Ryan.
Okay, Ryan.
I'm Debbie. I'm from Langley, BC, and Ryan lived with me out there for a couple of years while he was working out there. So, put on my glasses here. Ryan was a beacon of life, always willing to roll up his sleeves and do whatever it took to get the job done. In 2015, he joined my family working on the carnival. Working alongside in our fry wagon, it didn't take long for him to seamlessly blend into the carnival life, bringing his unique charm and infectious energy to every event. He showed up every day to work 12-hour days with a smile. In his off time, you would often find Ryan out with his metal detector, finding some crazy finds. The things that boy would find metal detecting. Ryan loved the ocean. One of his favorite retreats was to drive to White Rock Beach to watch the sunset. He could sit there for hours, enjoying every moment after a hectic day at work. I will forever miss his random FaceTime calls, where he would often call just to say, "Watch this." He'd put his phone down and hide somewhere just to jump out and scare his coworker. Ryan had a talent for teasing his coworkers, or anyone for that matter, finding immeasurable joy in those moments. His playful nature was just one of the countless qualities that made him so special and loved. You never knew what was next with Ryan. Fucking Ryan. Ryan worked tirelessly, pouring his heart into everything he did. whether it was at the carnival working 12-hour days or on movie sets working 12-plus-hour days, and of course working at the Goodfellows pub as a cook. He also worked for the city of Vancouver for some time and as a garbage truck driver. So those are the 4 jobs I know of Ryan.
Job, Jack.
Right? And there were always 12-plus-hour jobs that he worked for. Ryan worked tirelessly, pouring his heart into everything he did. Oh, I think I read that already. He would give the shirt off his back to anyone in need. He was so good at keeping in touch with everyone. You always knew you were going to get a good laugh when Ryan called. When Ryan moved back to Edmonton, a beautiful new chapter began for him, one filled with excitement and hope. He embraced the role of a family man with such enthusiasm and love, especially in the bond he formed with his stepchildren. The connection he built with Henry was truly extraordinary. It blossomed into an unbreakable relationship that was a joy to witness. Ryan stepped into fatherhood with grace and determination, loving Henry unconditionally. It was evident to everyone how much Henry meant to him. He became the centerpiece of Ryan's world. Watching them two together was a privilege. Their support for one another was genuine and unwavering. Family meant everything to Ryan, no matter where life took him. His heart was always tethered to home. Each time he returned, his eyes would light up with excitement because home was just not a place. It was filled with love, laughter, and unmistakable warmth of family. Ryan had a special knack for bringing joy and a little mischief, fucking Ryan, into people's lives. He delighted in pranking his siblings, especially his brothers, creating laughter that often echoed with playful revenge. Ryan admired and praised his mom for the incredible job she did raising them. It wasn't an easy task, but she faced every challenge with grace, never knowing what shenanigans the boys would come up with next. Ryan was also endlessly proud of his sister and all her accomplishments. Her success brought him joy, and he loved celebrating her milestones as if they were his own. In heart and spirit, Ryan embodied the essence of family. If anyone needed help, he was there without hesitation, always ready with a helping hand or a listening ear. He cherished the time he spent traveling back to Saskatchewan, where he found peace in the valley. Those moments with family felt like a homecoming, especially when it came time for a good party at the grotto. The laughter, stories, and love shared during those gatherings were treasures in Ryan's heart, reminding us all of the importance of being together. As we celebrate Ryan today, let's carry forward his spirit of family, his love for laughter, and the unwavering support he offered each and every one of us. His legacy will live on in the bonds we share and the cherished moments we hold dear. Till we meet again, Ryan, you are missed so much. Fucking Ryan.
We'll ask his friend Jason Sifaldine to come say. These were the two amigos. The stories he has. A whole nother world around him.
Hold it. Yeah, I'll hold it. Speak right.
Okay, hello everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you for gathering here today to celebrate the life of my best friend, Ryan, an amazing son, a great brother, uncle, and father. It's hard to find the right words at a moment like this, but I feel honored to stand before you for Ryan, surrounded by his lovely family, his mother Sherry, his brothers Denny and Mitchell, and his sister Jenna. And many of Ryan's close friends and relatives. I first met Ryan at the casino Yellowhead in 2000. And from that moment on, we forged a bond that would last for the next 25 years. Our friendship quickly blossomed, and over the years, Ryan became more than just a friend. He became my brother. We shared countless adventures, and I'm grateful for every single one. Some of the fondest memories are the several trips Ryan took to Kelowna to visit me. The first and only time I ever cliff jumped and went rafting, he found a way to take you out of your comfort zone in a good way. We would end up working at my family's business together a few years after initially meeting, and the bond grew stronger. Those days were filled with laughter and, of course, some shenanigans. Ryan had a knack for turning any ordinary day into an extraordinary one. I can't help but smile thinking about the memories we created. Ryan was always there when I needed him, or anyone for that matter. Whether it was driving me to pick up a motorcycle, or even my parents' ride out of town when I was busy, he was the first to lend a helping hand. We had our share of country drives, often meeting at the Century Casino on Fort Road. Ryan would always drive. Ryan loved his Honda, and he knew I wasn't keen on tackling those back roads in my vehicle, so he was all heart. Our friendship was marked by simple joys. We adopted a song along the way, Country Roads. The melody still rings in my ears, reminding me of the countless times we would escape reality for an hour or two, laughing and talking about everything and nothing. Those texts, they were just simple, country roads. And I wish he knew how much they meant to me. Those texts we exchanged, they meant the world to me. They were a signal that Ryan was there, present, and ready to dive into any conversation, whether it was silly or serious. We ventured out fishing countless times over the span of 15 years. And yet, despite our efforts, we never caught a single fish. But it didn't matter. What matters was the company, the laughs we shared, the many times Ryan's line got tangled on every cast, and the stories we created. And I'll tell Albert you say hi, brother. Ryan and I remained in touch no matter where life led us. Our video calls were filled with laughter, and also his son, Henry, who we loved dearly and was a great father figure to. Me and him also developed our own language over the years, and only a select few could understand it. They know who they are. I'll always cherish the memory of my Lord of Seven destiny. Ryan, my dear friend, you brought joy into my life and so many others. Your heart was pure gold, and your spirit will forever remain a part of me. I love you, brother. Je dis for life. Let's carry on Ryan's legacy by celebrating every adventure we had, the laughter we've shared, and the bonds we created. Thank you, everyone, for celebrating Ryan's life with me today. God bless you all.
We could have played bingo today. Jody Wilkie, please come. You need a glass of water. You want to hold it? No. I don't know.
I don't. All right, so I wrote half of my speech, and the other half was too hard. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. It's good to see so many faces. For those that don't know, my name is Jody, and I had the pleasure of growing up with Ryan. My condolences to all of you. The hardest part of Ryan always bringing people together is that today, You are all here because yourself or someone you know lost somebody they loved. It doesn't matter what title he carried, whether it was son, brother, cousin, friend, dad, co-worker, or a regular at your donair or coffee shop. If you're here, it means he had a positive impact on your life. Because that was Ryan. Ryan had a genuine care for others, and he brought light to every room he walked into. He had a character that people noticed from the moment he caught their eye. Whether it was a hello, good morning, or his heartfelt response of, good and you? Whenever you asked how he was, it didn't matter if his world was top-notch or crumbling, but he genuinely wanted to know how you were, because that was Ryan. I met Ryan when I was 11, and the first thing I said to him was, I like your belt. Little did I know that that was the beginning of a friendship that would be monumental in shaping the woman I am today. See, I know I'm not alone when I say sometimes it was hard to take Ryan seriously. From one idea to the next, some ideas that come out of his head would just make me shake mine. Then again, he was always trying to make people laugh, sometimes at his own expense. But he also just liked to hear people laugh. So with his off-color jokes, or his out-of-the-blue comments, it was like he got a kick out of someone snapping their head in the response of like, dude, did you just say that? The thing is, Ryan was a visionary, and I am honored I get to share part of his story. After my teenage years of countless adventures and parties at the Hirsch house and Ryan, I turned 21 and moved to Vancouver in 2005. Not long after, Ryan did too. Over the next 14 years of my life, I don't know how long Ryan actually lived there, because whether he wasn't or was living in the lower mainland, it was like he never left. Everywhere all at once, all the time. During our time out there, I think it equals about 5 years in total, where Ryan and I were either roommates or lived less than 50 feet away. We shared a backyard in Ladner, and we had the same building in Cole Harbour. Other years he lived in various places in or around Vancouver proper, sometimes with friends and family, sometimes with randoms. I don't know if anybody knows this, but the first house Ryan moved into we called the Beatles house. And yeah, every square inch of this house had Beatles memorabilia. Like, aside from the pool table, there was Beatles something, records, tapes, figurines, like just wild. Like, yeah, it was a museum. Like, I was like, if anybody ever robbed this house, like, how much money would this be? But the Beatles house, it was also where Ryan bought a pig. And I don't mean like a pot-bellied pig. It wasn't a little pig. He bought like a pig, like a farm pig. And I never got to meet this pig because he only had Lucy, right? He only had Lucy for 3 weeks. And I was like, dude, like, why 3 weeks? Like, you got rid of her already? He's like, I can't walk anywhere, Jody, without somebody fucking talking to me. Sorry. And I was like, dude, you bought a pig! A pig! No shit, you can't go anywhere without somebody talking to you. Like, I'm your best friend, and I'm still like, you really? But that was Ryan. Fucking Ryan.
He told me he turned it into bacon.
I hope he did, but I never got to eat it. I might have been vegan at the time. So eventually, Ryan ended up living in the coach house of the house I lived in Ladner, which means me and Ryan shared a backyard, and a hot tub, and a barbecue, which also means that we barbecued and hot tubbed at the same time. Why not, right? Like, you're gonna be hungry when you go to the hot tub. Ryan was always thinking about food. It was also where his cat Ozzy And my dog Bruiser would play and chase, and Ozzy would run up and down the roof of the garage, and Bruiser was like, 2.5 feet tall, not even, would try to get onto the roof and hang out with Ozzy. Ryan was at work one day, and the deep fryer that I lent him, he put on the stove. Which, like, anybody that cooks ever knows that that's a terrible idea. So his house lit on fire. And Ryan was on night shift. He worked for the city of Vancouver. And I don't know where I was, but anyways. So Ryan's house lit on fire. And he had found this cat like a couple weeks earlier, maybe months, I don't know. She was in a garbage bag. And so we nursed her back to health. And fed her milk, which apparently cats aren't supposed to eat, but out of a tablespoon. And so we had nursed her back to health, and Ryan named her Buttons. Well, Ryan got home that day, and living in the couch house means he was upstairs. So he went up the stairs, and he went and found Ozzy and Buttons, and he dragged them out of the house, and then passed out from smoke inhalation just after he called 911. So the cats disappeared. Ryan went to the hospital, and Ryan came home. Ryan recovered. We found the cats. But Button's name was changed because Ryan said, there is no way I'm walking around the neighborhood screaming Buttons. Okay, dude, whatever. So Ryan did, one of his jobs was City of Vancouver. And I remember, he was a garbage man, but like, Ryan's duty as a garbage man was to drive a pickup truck around the seawall and look at all the girls in bikinis with their little dogs and their Starbucks cups. And he was so mad about it. Like, he was like, it's just so annoying. Like, they won't get out of my way. And I was like, dude, like, you would rather work night shift? You fight with the raccoons? Yeah, okay. So we did. Because that was right. He never made sense to me. After we lost Chantal in Vancouver, everything changed. Ryan needed home. And as much as I was home, I was only one person. We didn't have a support network other than each other, because family lived in other places, other parts of the world. And so I said, dude, you gotta go home. We had each other on a timer. Every 20 minutes we would check in. Do you know what that means for a pothead? Or somebody who puts their phone down and it's always on silent? Or somebody who has to pick up dog poop or be a dog mom? Or, there was every 20 minutes meant at least 17 of those minutes you were stressed out about the next time you were gonna make sure that your friend was okay. So Ryan came back to Edmonton. And he needed that. And then he started working in the carnivals with Amped Up. And I'm not gonna lie, the day Ryan told me he was a carny, I was like, what? He's like, yeah, Jody, you should come with me. Can dogs come? No. Okay, I'm not in. No, in all. But Ryan loved it. Ryan loved everything that he did. Ryan loved everyone, mostly everyone that he met. But between the back and forth, there was a moment, one of the lowest in my life, and I needed a safe space. Ryan moved back to Vancouver, and we became roommates. He introduced me to Milky. I didn't know that was a food I could eat, and all he did was cook for me, which was great, because I didn't eat at that time at all. But Bruiser and Ozzy were once again back together, and they would butt check each other because Bruiser was a little skinnier than he is now, and Ozzy wasn't a thin cat. But they would butt check each other, run down the hallway and play fetch, and it was the best place I've ever lived, even though every month we got an eviction notice because rent was due on the 1st. But Ryan had never lived in a big ticket apartment building. He was always living with a landlord that was like, hey, a couple days, not a big deal. But after time, I said to Ryan, I'm gonna kill you, dude. Like, I can't deal with this. You were supposed to be in my safe space, and now I get an eviction notice every month? Like, pull it together. And I was so mad at him. And then the day happened where he hit the ground. And I got a phone call, And somebody walked my dog because I had to write a paper, and I got a phone call saying, "Hey, is this Ryan's sister?" Yeah, because it was the hospital. And in BC, if you're not direct family, you don't get any information. So if the hospital is calling me, asking me, yes, Jenna, I will never fill your shoes, but that day I had to. Okay. She tells me to come to the hospital, and I go, right now? Like, right now? Yeah, right now. So I walk in, and Ryan is covered in blood, and teeth broken, full of tubes. And I'm like, dude, what did you do? He goes, I went and got a haircut. All right. Well, his heart hit 269 beats a minute that day. And that was when he got the loop put in, and that was when he spent hours, days, weeks in the hospital. But that was when I learned that Ryan didn't just touch my soul, but the film family that we worked with was astronomically in love with him. We had people. Ryan was working on a film. To this day, I don't know that name of that film. I wasn't privy to that information. I wasn't allowed.
Was it ink?
No, it was something with Mel Gibson. But when Ryan got me into film, he got me into Supergirl, and then he got mad because he was never booked on Supergirl again. But the other shows that we worked on, and there was lots of them, so if you're counting Ryan's jobs, I would say at least a dozen for a film. But every film and every TV show is different, right? You're not, like somebody asked me for pictures, you're not allowed to take pictures on set. So, but that day, when Ryan hit the ground, I go to the hospital, and what does he do? He pulls out money to pay for his haircut, and it's covered in blood. Can you go pay for this, please? Yeah, sure. So anyways, I went and I paid, and it was still covered in blood, and I was like, oh, sorry. And what did the barber do? He just went and washed it in the sink like it was no big deal. He goes, your friend okay? I don't know, but he will be. Ryan and I have so many memories. I honestly, as much as I want to sit here and go down memory lane, it's a lifetime. One thing I always said to him, I love you, but I am so mad at you, right? You're paying the rent late, I love you, but I'm so mad at you. You make me eat, I love you, but I'm so mad at you. So many things. The day he turned 40, we worked at a hopscotch festival, and I paid his bill in $5 bills, so that was a lot of fives. And he was like, did you take on a job I didn't know about? Like, I swear, what are you doing these days? Ryan, we lived together. Eventually, Ryan and I parted ways in the apartment, but we lived in the same building. And I don't know if anybody saw the video I posted the other day, but we was waiting for the elevator. Dude never pressed the elevator button. Like, just go, just press the button. We're not gonna get food if you don't go anywhere. But that was Ryan, so directed by food. I never really realized sometimes the steps he needed to take. When I moved back from Vancouver to Edmonton, it's because my mom had gotten sick and I needed to be in the hospital. And there were days that I just called Ryan and said, yo, Bruiser needs to go be a dog. And he would always dog sit. And he was always there. He would come and spend nights in that empty house and just hang out, because that was Ryan. He touched everybody in this room, or somebody you know, and that's why you're here. And all I can say is that he's the best person I've ever met. This loss hits harder than anybody I've ever lost. And unfortunately, in our friend group, we've lost a lot. Ryan was my rock. So while we celebrate him today, I have to say this. Ryan, I love you, but I am so mad at you. That's about right, kid. That's about right.
You know, I know as people are thinking, everyone's minds are getting jogged and things about things Ryan did, and just recently, I have to, deal with Ryan's shit he left behind. And the car salesman he's had for the last couple of years calls me and I'm sorry to hear about your brother. He's like, your brother, he was so nice. He was one of my first sales. I'm like, huh? Yeah, he invited me out to the bar and he fed me for free. I'm like, who does it to their car sales? Bro, what? I'm like, that sounds exactly like something Ryan would do. We're almost at the end, guys. We got a video thing.
I totally missed part of what I wanted to say. So Ryan was known as Ryan, and he had many jobs and he did many things, and he took many pictures of his car. But the thing is working in film, and I'm sorry I missed this and took it back, Denny, but working in film, Ryan got to step past being the stoner kid, being the Hirsch party family, being the drum corps kid. Ryan grew into his own. Ryan flourished. Everybody relied on Ryan. You needed something done on set, you called Ryan. All of his phone calls to us and all of his texts and messages and checking in, he took that on set. Ryan was the first point of contact. He was there. Denny, to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is to be late. Ryan was late for everything in his life except film, okay? 5 a.m. calls, he was there at 4:45, and I was like, homie, I'm not arriving with you, I'll see you later. But Ryan took all of his dedication to friends and family, and he excelled, and he became a man that we all look at Ryan and go, fucking Ryan. We all look at him and laugh, and we all look at him and have our felt moments. But the truth is that he excelled in such a way that I was so proud of him. People on set would be like, he's your roommate? Yeah, he's my best person. What do you need? Why is that such a big deal? Because he was scatterbrained and he drank a lot of coffee and energy drinks at the time. But him and his car, he always had his car and it always was washed and it was always something that we made fun of him for, but that car is in movies and that car is in TV shows because he always had a clean ass car and it was a picture car and it was always ready to go. So I'm sorry for taking the mic back, but I think